I heard the military was evacuating people to Riverside.
Unless anyone has a better plan, I say we head there.
Sounds good to me. Let's head to Riverside.
Alright guys, L4D2P3, let's roll. If you missed last episode, we took that van out of what's left of Fairfield on our way to Riverside, but now the road's blocked, so we gotta go on foot. I apologize for the gap between episodes. There's some good reasons and some bad reasons as to why. The main one is I've been kind of sick the last week or so, week and a half, 2 weeks, and that has contributed a lot to me just not wanting to record, edit, upload, stuff like that. I've just been terrible. The other reasons, not as good, but still valid. I've actually tried to, oh, okay, away from one into another. That's what the axe is for. Get over here. No, 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 okay. Someone saved me, thank you. Alright, I want to get out of the open. I have tried recording this before, and among technical difficulties, the recording just not coming out well, I discovered something. I do not like Death Toll. It's not a bad campaign, really. Yeah, it's not a bad campaign, necessarily. It doesn't have a thing going for it. And I find it very disconjointed and kind of all over the place. Kind of contributes to me not being a huge fan of it at the end of the day. There's a boomer. Where's he up to? There you are. And he is charge a friend. Nope, nope. I don't know what that was, but you're dying for it. Yeah, I find this campaign to be all over the place in ways that I don't find entertaining. And when I do this recording, I just find myself speedrunning through it and not really talking about it, not having any fun with it, just doing it to do it. And I don't want to do that because that's not entertaining for anyone. So we're gonna have to lock in a little to try and get this done. We're already almost at the end of chapter 1 here, fortunately. And as we go, you'll see what I mean when I say I find this very disconjointed. Okay, nope, 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 nope. Let me... Come on! That was some versus gameplay tier nonsense right there. Okay. I do want to keep one of these adrenalines because I'm going to need it later. Huh? Okay. We good? Alright. Yeah, this campaign's very disconjointed, and I'll touch on that when we get there. You know, it's Death Toll. We were following the highways, right? Now we've gone through the tunnel system and out, and here's the first safe room. Why don't you guys see if you can take a guess real quick as to what is on the other side of the safe room door? If Bill will get in the safe room. Thank you, Bill. Alright. Heal up real quick. This is one of the more boring safe rooms in the game, I find. There's not much going on here, not much wall graffiti. There's a Bible quote on the wall. But that's about it. But if you guessed we would be going into a giant sewer complex next, you were right. I don't know why this is where the campaign decides we're going, but it is. This is where most of Chapter 2 takes place, for some reason. And we'll rock with this for a bit. Because there's a Tier 2 weapon spawn not far from here. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Hey, I want to help out. And I think this is the biggest sewer section in both games' campaign lists. So if you're not a fan of sewer sections, or really just levels with water in them that slow you down, this is definitely not one that you're a fan of. Something that I've always wondered, right? Left 4 Dead, they're not technically zombies, as in reanimated corpses of the dead. You know, in the undead, you know, Walking Dead, Dawn of the Dead sense, they're infected with a virus that makes them hyper-aggressive and whatnot. Almost more like 28 Days Later, if you've seen that film. Nope, 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 nope. So all of these weren't, you know, dead people who've crawled up from under the ground. They were living people who were, you know, going on about their regular day. So why are there so many of them hanging out in a sewer? I've always wondered that. Were there just this many people chilling in the sewer? I don't know, eating fruit, something like that.
We gotta activate that
I
bridge.
thought I heard a witch somewhere, and I might have. No, I should not have gotten that hit off.
We got weapons over here.
I'll take that rifle. So here's the first horde event. We have to press that button. That lowers the gate lock, which lowers a bridge so we can cross and go over to there. And this is kind of a fun one because they can just come from everywhere. See, they can pour in from all sides. Is there any... No, I don't think there's a pipe bomb or anything around. I'm just gonna let the AI handle the commons and try and focus on specials here. Nope, nope, nope.
Come on.
Okay. Where's my shotgun? There we go.
My sweet shotgun.
Side room, pills. Oh. I didn't expect him to get lasered like that. Alright. Now, if the game hates me, which it might, there will be a tank up ahead. I've been playing this game long enough that it should know me by now, on a first name basis, and it should know where I don't want a tank to spawn. It should also know where I don't want a witch to spawn. Oh, okay. It should also know I don't like that. Lewis is a goat, though. He helped. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. You guys gonna help? You guys gonna help at all? No? Okay, cool. Thanks. You didn't even kill it? You just shoved it? Okay. Okay. I hope you wouldn't let me die. I'm the one who needs to be alive for this campaign to finish. Thank you, Bill.
But I'm hurt, but...
Alright. Fortunately, we're towards the end of Chapter 2 now. The witch might be around this corner? No? Okay. Did it drop? Did he drop down? Oh no, he's on... Is he on fire? He is on fire, nice. Just pour into him with the shotgun. You know, I can't be too mad at the game. I prefer the tank here than to getting him in the sewer. I want nothing to do with any of this. We're just gonna get in here. Come on, guys. Bill, you want to hang out? You guys wanna do anything? Like, okay, I'm closing the door then. Lewis got up here. Zoe, you wanna actually get up here? No, you just want to play on the stairs. You good, Zoe? You good? You good?
Someone should use their help.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
This is conceptually a pretty cool safe room, if it wasn't done in a better campaign also. But there's some fun graffiti on the wall. Take a look at some of this if you want to pause and read it. This is all the survivors start wondering, you know, where's the army at? They're supposed to be helping us, but they're not. And so, you know, we started on the highway, ended up in a sewer. If you said we're going to a train yard next, you would be right, because for some reason that's the logical next step of this campaign, is we take a stop in a train yard. And this is what I mean by it feels so disconjointed, is every chapter is just an entirely different gimmick. It feels like they had a bunch of ideas of, okay, what should this chapter be? and they decided they couldn't fit them into any of the other campaigns, so they just threw them all into Death Toll. I hate train yards too, Francis. A witch? Okay, it's gonna be in a terrible spot, ain't it? I bet it's gonna be in a downright despicable spot. I have yet to find a... Oh, hey. Who that... Okay, you know what? You're a creep. I don't want to talk to you. I've yet to... Okay, I've yet to find a bile jar, I was gonna say, but I found one right there, so scratch that. That's the witch down there. I don't want to talk to her. She's a creep. I bet one of the AI is gonna anger her though, and it's gonna be Lewis, I bet. Nope. You guys good? Okay, you're shooting in the direction of the witch. Wow, AI's actually on a dime right now. Left 4 Dead AI is never this good. Bop. Bop. Anything good in here? Nope.
Reloading.
Bop. This is a surprisingly short chapter, chapter 3. In terms of distance traveled, I have found on this chapter a lot can go wrong. And I think that kind of contributes to, on higher difficulties, it might feel longer. But in terms of actual distance, you don't go too far. This cabin's pretty much already near the end. I do like this cabin though. It's fun. Nope, nope. Nope. Gun locker. That's fun. There's typically some good stuff here. Maybe not this time though. Nope. And if this cabin doesn't have good stuff, I find the ambulance just ahead often does. Really? No, they're gonna prove me wrong twice. Okay. Nope. 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 No. Oh, I wish I had the fire axe still. They're all after me. Okay, have we stabilized? All right.
There's lights on in that church.
And then up here, this is pretty much the one unique event this campaign has. Up here, the better safe than sorry guy. If you've played this before, you'll know what I mean. So the next safe room is in this church. And believe it or not, there's actually a guy in there. You can hear him. He's an alive human guy. But we got to get in there.
Listen, Candy Pants, we can make you open that goddamn door.
Well, you'll have to be alive to do that.
And he's a snitch. He rings the church bell up there and summons a bunch of zombies to come eat us. Okay, wow. No. Okay, are we good? We're good. Where's that gas can I threw out here? I probably don't need to be doing that just yet. Nope. No, not happening. Are we good? Click. Click. Wow, what a snipe by one of the AI. I didn't even see that boomer and it just got popped. Reload. Are we good? Nope. My AK spray control's not too good. They're gonna kick me off the team. No silver ones allowed. I see you. Are we done? We done, mister? Are we done? And now we're done. And the icing on the cake is the better safe than sorry guy has turned into an infected. Okay.
Shit, that was
Darn.
alright.
Even though I don't particularly like this campaign, this is the one part of it I do like. This safe room and the area directly following it. First off, just look how comfy this safe room is. It's 2 stories. It's in a church tower. You can go out, and you got a sniper nest up here.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop. And this is kind of fun. I wish there was maybe not a map dedicated to this. I don't know, the sniper gameplay in this is kind of enjoyable. Though I did kill a bunch of time doing that, which specials are spawning now. And I do kind of like this early town set piece. Eventually I stopped being a big fan of this chapter. But for right now, I don't mind it. I don't know, maybe because I live in urban Pennsylvania, this area is just, it's very homey to me. I feel like I've been here. Though speaking of which, this is something I'll get into later in the series. Left 4 Dead 1 is a terrible recreation of Pennsylvania. But Left 4 Dead 2 is actually a decently okay recreation of the South. Georgia, Louisiana, etc. So I don't know where Riverside is supposed to be. There's a couple Riversides in Pennsylvania, but none of them are the size of this town. I think the biggest one has a population of 400 or something. Same thing with Fairfield. The Fairfield in No Mercy and Crash Course seems like it's based off of Philadelphia or something. Whereas if you look up real life Fairfield, Pennsylvania, I think the largest town in Pennsylvania named Fairfield has 1,000 citizens or something. Geography is not Left 4 Dead 1's strong suit. Because I believe the only reason they picked Pennsylvania was because of the George Romero films. George Romero set a lot of those early zombie movies in Pittsburgh. Pop, pop. Okay. And we do go to a Newburgh in one of the next chapters. Again, not a place that looks anything like it does in real life. So far that I've seen people online say that Newburgh is this game's stand-in for Pittsburgh. But that's neither here nor there. Boom, boom, boom. Around here is where this chapter stops being my friend. Oh, that's great. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, now we wait. Actually, I don't think we wait. I think we go over here. Wow, another boomer. Just killed before I even realized. Okay, yeah, we can hop down here. I want to get rid of these zombies because this is. Nope. Heard that. This is one of the harder events in the game. It's an endless horde event, like most of the hard events end up being. It's another situation of what's the most logical way to get through this street. We're actually gonna real quick make sure we're all loaded up. Incoming attack. Okay, we might sit this one out real quick. Bop, bop. Anyway, it's another case of what do you think the best way to progress down this street is? No. Damn, Zoe on Boomer Watch. It's like the third one she's just beamed before I even realized. Anyway, the most productive way to get over this street, you know, maybe scale that barrier, climb onto the van and go over. No, that's a conclusion drawn by exclusively stupid people. What we have to do is lower this forklift, And then maybe try and climb up this? No, let it drop on the barbershop sign. And then we run while an endless horde event happens, of which that goes that way. And then I take an adrenaline, and the AI stop being my problem for the remainder of this chapter. I hate this horde event, probably because of experiences, and yeah, that's what I deserve. Okay. This is what this game is designed to punish. Not my most hated horde event in Left 4 Dead 2, but it's up there. I really do not like this one. Pop. Pop. Okay. Pop, pop. Get away from me. Okay. Are we almost done? Okay. Okay. Again. I'm just getting karma. I'm just getting destroyed for being a jagoff. Oh, great. No. Nope. Are we good? Tank. Oh, thank goodness. I did not want to redo that. I want a fucking beer after that. It's not that bad. The only reason I went down is because I was playing terribly. You can definitely manage that so much easier, especially because I'm only playing on advanced. But I've done that on expert realism, and I hate that part so much. And you'll probably hear me say that a lot about a lot of different parts in this game through different campaigns, because I was thinking about it, right? In Left 4 Dead 2, you're only ever doing okay. There's nowhere in this game you're ever doing good or great. You're only doing awful, terrible, or you're okay. Because think about it. Either you're like right now, you're just kind of existing, going around, clearing out common infected, or you're, knee-high in mud, and there's fucking fire and explosions and spitters shooting acid at you and a boomer's puked on you, and there's a charger knocking the whole team down, and there's a smoker grabbing someone and pulling them away, and then there's a fucking tank tossing rocks and cars and dumpsters and all sorts of shit at you. And then on top of that, the entire population of Baltimore steps out the fucking cut and just decides to jump you then there. And so when you think about it that way, it makes sense, because this game is incredibly random. So if you've played it enough, at every point in these chapters, you're going to have a moment like that where just everything has gone ass over tea kettle, and you're wondering, how the hell am I getting out of this? Charger, don't interrupt me. I have trivia to drop. Over here, you can see a truck. That truck is a reference, actually, to the non-canon, fan-made Last Stand campaign. Because it's non-canon, I've decided it will not be part of this series. I'm not doing Last Stand or Coldstream. We might do them, but they won't be part of the series. They'll be afterward. But yeah, so Last Stand is a alternate ending to Death Toll. It's a pretty fun campaign. It was made by a community update in 2021. No. I think 2020 or 2021. I'll have to check. But it ultimately a controversial update, though. It's very good, a very good update, but some of the changes they made, people aren't a fan of. They changed a lot of the way speedruns work. They changed some of the gun spawns, adding, the Counter-Strike weapons. So, no disrespect to the team who made it. No, it's crazy to get a Left 4 Dead update in the 2020s. But yeah, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with that update. I am thankful. I'm glad it happened, though. I'd rather have it than not. Here's the finale. We got this boat dock that we're gonna get someone to come pick us up on. I want this gas can. Nope. Nope. This finale's kind of interesting simply because of how big it is. I think, with the exception of the bridge finale, probably, this is one of the largest areas that you could hold out in. Because there's just so much of it. Except nobody wants to go hold out over there. Maybe check that cabin if there's supplies or ammo or anything. But everyone just wants to hold out up here in this house. Maybe not up here. Maybe on the dock, down below. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is probably a popular finale for versus mode. Simply because all this water, you can't swim in any of that. Why would you be able to swim in any of that? There's a couple knee-high areas up here, I think. But death charges. You can death charge people on this. Or as a tank, you can death toss people, I guess, with the big punch. Nope. And then, I wish I saved the recording because it was so funny. That happened to the Zoe AI during one of the dud recordings of this campaign I did. One of the ones I wasn't a fan of. And I wasn't a fan of it because that was pretty much the only moment where anything entertaining happened. It was basically just me flawlessing the campaign, not actually flawless in terms of, no hits, but I didn't really have trouble. I just kind of WM1'd my way through the whole thing. Nope. I'm a bit low on health, actually. And that zombie wants to contribute to that. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. Are we good now? Okay. You know what? I won't. I didn't mean it, Lewis. I'm sorry. I won't heal. We won't. We will. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Bill is getting just whipped over here. What in the hell? Oh, okay. Mark that as another time I fucked up the Molotov entirely in this playthrough. Because it's gonna happen a lot. I didn't want it to hit Lewis in the back of the head. Nope. Oh. He's fucked.
You gotta get out.
Get him up.
Ammo here.
Bill is gonna die. If I don't heal him. I want that Molotov. That's important. Okay, you guys got Lewis. Bill again. Come on. Save Bill. Save Bill. Don't let Bill die. I just healed him. This is one of the cooler holdout houses because all these walls can break down and it kind of changes it. So if you hold out exclusively in the house, by the end, all the walls are ripped down, the doors are off the hinges, the windows are busted in. I like when the map kind of degrades as you hold out. It's not something we really got to see in No Mercy or Crash Course, because Crash Course is just in a garage somewhere and No Mercy's on a rooftop.
Ammo here.
Nope, 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 nope. Oh, excuse me. Nope. Okay, yeah, that is not what we want to happen. We do not want to get death charged. But I also didn't really want to put the shoddy to Zoe's dome piece right there. Good. I'll get you some Neosporin later, Zoe. That is if Bill doesn't need all of it. He got... I don't know what had him over here. He was getting just destroyed in this corner over here. Okay, tank number 2. Where is he? Nope, nope. I need you guys to handle that, please.
Fire in the hole!
Where? Okay. No. I said I needed you guys to handle that. Okay, let me go grab ammo. I probably didn't need it, but have it, not need it, and then need it, not have it. Nope, 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 nope. This is where you really don't want to get hit. Okay,
Weapons over here.
we're good. Bill,
Share the wealth.
take this.
Reloading. Thanks. Our boat's here. All
No.
aboard.
Wow, Lewis almost got snagged by that. Almost on accounts for horseshoes and hand grenades. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You guys good? You guys want on the boat too? That's too bad. You don't get on a boat. Boats are for winners. You guys are losers. Okay. Maybe I am a loser. We good? We're good. All right. And that was Death Toll. Not as smooth as the last couple. Not a huge fan of this one, but it's not terrible. It's just kind of mundane, I think. Nobody died this time, which is interesting. The last two times somebody's died. We've had the Bill getting left for dead, and we had two people dying in Crash Course. I guess I almost died. We'll let some of these credits play. Not all of them. It's too long to let all of them play, but some people would like to. I do want to see Zoe 5 boomer kills. Not the most, but again, she was just dinking them. I wasn't even seeing them. I was just seeing red mist. Only 34 minutes on this campaign, though. I think the other time I recorded this all the way through, it was 43 or something like that. And 1,353 is the total kills. How did I hit the most headshot percentage with a shotgun? That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, if you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you thought about it. And I will see you guys in part 4, Dead Air. Later.